Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I want to talk about another character within this game. And today's character, which I will be talking about, is called Michael, or not. Sorry, not Michael. Michele. Her name is Michele because it is not K here, and Chel is Shell or Shelle. Michele is basically what it would sounds like, but actual name is Michele. Anyway, so Michele is basically an assault rifle weapon character. Okay, so she is part of the POB PAP officer, I think. So the thing is, I'll be talking about this character. Now here's the thing: this character already has the highest amount of accuracy in terms of shooting a certain target. You can definitely see that the area within the blue line is very close. Okay, now what happens if I were to do it even further? Okay, you can do so by clicking this speed control. By doing this, you'll be able to get even more concentrated area of attack. Now the question remains is, what is ADS speed? You don't need ADS speed because if you want to just increase the speed of your ADS, use the mouse sensitivity instead of this ADS speed. Okay, so if I were to use this speed control, it will get even better. Okay, so the amount of concentrated area is even better than before. So that's basically how it will benefit this character. So once you have selected this, the question remains is, which one should you be going for here in the capacity? Instead of magazine capacity, you should be going for reload. And why is that? Let me explain. The current bullet capacity is 30, as you can see here on the bottom right. Once you select this, it will turn 35. Not enough. So definitely you need reload. Okay. Now in terms of damage, there are two types of damage: base damage and rate of fire. Because this weapon already has 30 bullets, what you definitely need is more damage output. Okay, so how much damage output can you get? Not much, only by 2. But it will also depend on whether you want to value this or not. What do I mean by this? Well, here is the thing. If I were to select this rate of fire and were to shoot here, let's see how much damage it is. It is 690. If I were to use this, 720. So yeah, in terms of the amount of time it takes to shoot all of them, it is almost going to be similar. So instead of using rate of fire, you might want to go for this base damage. So that's the thing. Now headshot and sting field damage, which one should you select here? Well, I do not know about you guys, but I would definitely select this one. There is a reason behind it. Headshot will basically increase the amount of damage if you were to do on the head. Okay, and sting field damage will basically increase the amount of damage. The amount of damage will be done on the walls. Okay, so this one will depend on you guys, but I think I selected the wrong one here. I think I should have selected this because as you can see here, this basically lowers the amount of damage on the head, but overall everything else stays the same. So what is the point of doing that? Nothing. So I think using headshot damage is going to be a better option for you. Okay, even for me, I think, because majority of the time I was hitting on the head when the enemy was near and it wasn't doing that much damage. So I highly suggest that you go for head damage. Always look for this area here, what does what. So if this were to increase the string field damage, it is basically like when you are on the wall and when an enemy is on the wall and you try to shoot at them, this is where the string field damage will make the huge difference. Okay, it will do the increase amount of damage. So obviously from that figures, I suggest that you go for headshot damage. Now the same will be said about another character called Audrey. I think I need to make a redo of her video in the future, but not right now. Okay, so that's basically how this goes. Now after all of that you have completed, the next question remains is, okay, what is this character's special ability? The Q button and the X button. So the Q button on the middle of the screen at the bottom area, you can see one is lit up, another one is lit down, and I fixed that by clicking on the F5 in the training section. So after doing this, you will have to understand what does the Q do. The Q basically increases your chance of fooling the enemy. How can you fool the enemy? By using turrets. So there are total 3 turrets here, 2 Q button and 1 X button. But here is the thing, you can also increase that by 4 if you were to select this. Okay, the protector, what it does, it basically increases the amount of turret you can carry from 3 to 4. Okay, so by doing this, what will happen is you will be able to constantly hit up to 3 targets at a time. Okay, and by doing so, you will be able to annoy the enemy a lot more. But what about the X function? The X function will basically work if you were to put it somewhere in the middle, so that it can constantly hit other enemies continuously within a certain range. So here's the thing, what does this one do? This one increases the range, and if I were to remove this, one of the bot will be gone. Okay, maybe the bot that was put at the end of the point will be gone. But what about the X factor? The X factor will have 30 seconds. On the left bottom area, you can see a certain time is running out. Well, that is the X button turret thingy. Okay, so that's basically how you will be able to annoy the enemy team. And while you do so, another thing what will happen is you will be also be able to shoot at the enemy. So it is like 5 versus 1 instead of 1 versus 1. That much good this character is in terms of gameplay. And obviously, if you were to also increase this speed control and headshot and damage and let's say reload speed, will have a lot more benefit. So that's basically how you will be able to dominate the field using this character. Now another thing about this character is, what is this enemy exposure duration? It is a passive. Basically speaking, if the enemy shot you, let's say the enemy is somewhere around here, okay, and the enemy shot me and I was unable to see what the enemy was, but I saw that there is a red glowing body will be appear behind this, so I'll know the enemy is in that place. I will need to shoot there, and that's basically how I will be able to detect where the enemy is, and I'll be able to kill them very easily. So that's basically how this kitty tractor actually works. So another thing is armor. I think you should go with light armor. Why is that? Because this light armor regenerates its armor capability. So if a certain enemy were to not shooting at you for a certain period of time, it will regain. But I have not seen at what rate it regains. Okay, so because I do not know at what rate it regains, I cannot say well, this is the best. And this one increases this by 115, and this one increases this by 90. So what was before it? It was 40. So it is a lot, even by using this light armor or heavy armor. But only the light armor regenerate, and the heavy armor doesn't regenerate. Now this is string field movement. So once you are on a wall, there is a matter of how much damage you can actually take. Okay. Oh man. I remember watching a certain advertisement where a certain cartoon character was flying in this manner up in the sky. Anyway, that is not the main point. The main point is, when you are in this area, your movement will increase based on which one you select. If you select high speed movement, your movement will increase. And if you were to select this one, it will basically lower your chances of getting hit by the enemy. How much? Like by 25%, I think. Yeah, 25%. You will receive 25% less damage from the enemy's attack. So that's basically how it goes. Now other than that, the question remains is, okay, where should you be using this character's ability, the power factor or whatever you might call it? Well, here's the thing. Let's say uh let's say this area is the bus. Okay, in the escort mission, in the bus escort mission, what you should need to do, is to plant one on the top, because once it is down it will go up, so you need to try to put it on the top as much as possible. Once you do that, put 3 bot on it, okay, somewhere like this. By doing this, what will happen is it will annoy the heck out of the enemy, and while the enemy is getting annoyed, you can basically kill them fast. You will also get damage support from the 4 turret. By doing that, you will be also be able to hit the enemy at the same time. So that is basically how this character works. Now, because this character's ability has the function to detect where the enemy will be after they shot you even by once, but what can you do next in terms of the all of these type of grenade type launcher or something? Which one is the best? Frag, flashbang, and flashbang are normal, like it will act the same way for everyone. Windstorm, you need to be careful for every character, because windstorm grenade will basically make you fly and the enemy fly as well. If you were to be in the escort mission, use the windstorm grenade, it will basically make the enemy fly in multiple directions, which is very good. The escort in the escort mission, if you were to use the windstorm grenade, what will happen is the enemy will not be able to make the bus move forward. Okay, slowing grenade is going to be useful for everyone, but for this character, smoke grenade is going to be the number one point. Why? By using the smoke grenade, if you were to shoot the enemy, obviously you will know where the enemy is, but if the enemy were to shoot you by mistake, you will still know where the enemy is and you will be able to shoot them. Something like this. As you can see here, I can see the body of the enemy where they are getting hit. So obviously if I had to hit them back, it's gonna be easy for me. But why am I seeing this? I'm seeing this because my turrets are hitting the enemy, which is why I can see them. As you can see here, I cannot see any of the other enemy. I can only see the enemy who are getting hit by the turret. So that is basically how this character functions. So that is the maximum capability I can tell you about this character's ability. Okay, now let's talk about some aesthetic. So when it comes to aesthetic, the character which I was showing you, Michele, has many costumes. So I got this one by a certain pool, but I wanted to get this one anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are basically all alternate. Okay, this is the only one where the character's movement and everything changes. It is a lot better. Okay, like a lot better than a certain game which I once played, which is called Super Mecha Champion. It is a lot better than that. Super Mecha Champion is basically a shooter with mecha type. Anyway, why is this better? Because you will have not one option, you will have many options. For example, this is the advanced and this is the base skin. Okay, advanced skin, you will get total 4 options. This is the first option. Okay, this is the first option. This is the second option. This is the third option. Now in the second and third option, you can see her clothes are being torn for aesthetic reason, and these uh, these first and the fourth one are basically complete clothing. Okay, and this is the base. So base and these two are obviously my favorite one, because the clothes are not getting torn apart anyway. So and in terms of gliding, this is the gliding effect. I do not know whether the gliding effect stays the same for every gliding clothing outfit. I do not know whether it stays the same or does it changes. I do not know. So afterwards, let's talk about the weapon skin. So weapon skin or weapon color customization, this is what you get by default. It is completely gray and white. This is what I got. I do not know when I got this. And all of these are okay, not all of these. This one, Okay, let's talk about it. This one, it a bit alternate color. That's basically it. This is the default color. This one is okay. Let's talk about this one. This is another default alternate color, because default gun with alternate color, which is yellow. Again, default gun alternate color. Okay. Now I do not know. I think the gun remains the same. Yeah, the gun remains the same, but it is more alternate color. Another alternate color. I think in terms of alternate color, based on that, just for fun, I would select this instead of this. Okay, like this one looks a lot more better than this. Anyway, here it goes a little bit different. Okay, this looks like a sport car, some sort of the character called Flash from Justice League. Yeah, that type of vibe to it. And this one looks like a cyberpunk weapon, because there is bubble coming out from there. There is a cat vibe on the front of the muzzle. This looks like a submarine. This looks like a submarine inside. This looks like a rocket. So it looks like a cyberpunk. This one looks like a futuristic gun with a cat. We can see the cat face here on the front. A futuristic gun with a cat head on the front, and looks like a laser. Instead of cat, it is the symbol of a tiger, I think. So there is this color which looks like violet. This is basically pinkish bright violet. This is green color, and this is dark blue violet colors. Okay, and this is the default. So that's basically how many aesthetic this character had. Now I have already give you the explanation of how this character function and how you can use this character. If you watch the full video from first to last, obviously, which you have done right now, you have understood how to use this character very efficiently. Okay, just remember not to use this character for long range, because long range is only for the sniper area to dominate. Just use this character for mid range only. Otherwise, majority of the bullet are gonna get wasted. So if you like this video regarding this character called Michele, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons, because next time I'll be making another video regarding another character. Okay, so goodbye, stay safe, and see you again next time.